Hey guys, I'm Kurt Hankins, the executive chef at Longhorn Steakhouse, and I'm really excited to show you everything I know about how to grill a great steak. So, what you want to do when you go to the store or the butcher and there's all these steaks in the counter and you really don't know which one do I even start with, let me give you a little hint on a couple things that we like to look for. The first thing you need to know about grilling a great steak is you have to buy a great steak. Fresh is always best. We always use fresh steaks at Longhorn. They're much more tasty and juicy than any frozen steaks, so you always want to make sure you start with fresh steaks. You want a steak that's about 1 inch thick and is well marbled. So that's the little bits of white flecks in the meat. That means you've paid for a much better steak because it's going to be super tasty, tender, and juicy. The first one we're going to look at is the ribeye. The ribeye is one of my favorite steaks. It's very heavily marbled. You see lots of the white flecks in the meat, and this is good. You want white flecks in the meat. That means it's going to be very tasty and juicy. The ribeye is very tender, and it's also a great steak to cook on an open flame because the flames kind of render that delicious marbling out of the steak as you cook it, and it is just so good. So it's one of my favorite steaks. Now next, you want a steak that I call a steak eater steak. That's a top sirloin, and it's a really different steak. It is a very lean and dense steak. You can see there's almost no marbling in the steak, and it's a real steak eater steak. It eats firm, and it has a super intense steak flavor. So a lot of people like this steak because of the taste. A lot of people like this steak because it's actually fairly good for you because it is so lean. The next one is kind of the king of steaks. Everybody likes a fillet. And fillets are super buttery and tender. They have a great taste, but they are most noted for being tender. That's why they're cut from a tenderloin. So it's really, really a nice cut. They're generally 7 or 8 ounces. Ours is a 7, and it's one of the favorite cuts that everybody orders all the time. That being said, now we're going to go to the big boy here, and you can see this is a steak that commands respect. This is a porterhouse, and it is one of my favorite steaks. What's so cool about a porterhouse is it's 2 steaks in one. You've got this side which shows you the fillet, then it's got a really serious bone that runs up to the center, and then you get a New York strip on the other side. So this is like 2 steaks in one. You get the super buttery tender fillet, and you get that really meaty, robust New York strip on the other side. What's not to like?